Hey everyone. So, this first month of the year is certainly not the one I envisioned, and on or off this channel, but I am still doing my best to make the most of things where, and because of how satisfied I've been with this mainline Optimus from TF1, I got another one from the Studio series. It's the second I have after our OTB Mirage and my first Studio Optimus, in fact. And also catch up my reading. I'm just gonna do my best to try and stay a, a warm over the potential storm watch. So before I do that, I would share my thoughts on another game that's also going to help me through this weekend, and most likely the rest of the next year or several. Oh, so here are my thoughts on PS Plus. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who raised his name. I was already interested in this title by the virtue of it being part of the Ryuga verse, and also it granted players a special preview of the then upcoming Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That's one of my favorite games of last year. Here, but it also was very much engaged on its own merit. I mean, building on what was done with the previous titles, while also adding the trappings of a spy thriller, which happened to be set in Sotenbori and the surrounding areas in Japan. I mean, where Kiryu, who under the assumed alias Joryu, is still dealing with not only the ebbs and flows of life in the city, but also to deal with the remainder of the Omi Alliance and all the drama and often bizarre antics that go along with it. I know this is gonna be another game that really seems to shine the brightest on the PS5 or Xbox Series, but even on my PS4, or it still looks absolutely fantastic. How much attention to detail there is. I mean, how there and how many things you can do in the city. The Of course, I encountered a lot of unique flavors, such as the Pepsi Nare, and their own unique snake flavors, Mountain Dew and pine candy. I found out it was pineapple because I was trying to get it for someone who needed it. That's, but also, so many things you can do even when they're not required for the story, and even when they are, they're presented in a unique way. Hey, I mean, like the UFO catcher machines, and also all the characters you run into once you unlock the side missions. In most games, they often tend to be drudgery and something that they could just want to get back to the main game, especially if they're required to access it. I mean, thankfully, this is not most games. I mean, just the act itself of helping a small child get their ball out of a tree with your watch gadgets called the spider, her, or her winning in the claw machine, the UFO catcher, or or to to help someone get a gift for their girl, or just to stop an irritated patron from causing a panic. I mean, you'd be surprised how much shadows and weight factor in into those catchers, and they have better odds than the other ones do in the states, but not by a whole lot, I'd say. Hey, I personally prefer her or Fighting Vipers 2, who Motor Raid, or Song of the Fighters. There's that. Yes, the Sega clubs are still some of my favorite aspects, and also a very clever way of helping link back to their arcade history. And that's also why when they revealed that Virtua Fighter 5 Revo coming to PC, as well as the fact that all the devs are working on the next main installment, whether that's a reboot or finally getting Virtua Fighter 6, I cannot say for certain. Or I can say for certain, is that I have a lot of confidence in them. There's all similarities in the combat systems between these games and Virtua Fighter. Everyone's active combat. And it also helps a lot of developers that used to work at AM2 are now part of Ryoga Gotoku, so that also is a big help. And I still really enjoy just how engaging these titles are. For all the heat that some people give of the medium, there is still plenty to enjoy, and sometimes it can show you things that you might not have thought before in a way you don't always expect. I expect I'd be liking playing Virtua Fighter 2 the umpteenth time since I was a teenager, but what really threw me for a loop is one of the places I had to investigate, like a club where you get information just to check it out. It's a it turns into like a dating simulator with full motion video actors. I will say at least there's more justification, and I just try to go for the prompts that make the most sense, or at least the ones that I can, that would make sense in a scenario. So there's that. Anyway, that'll be it for now. I got the ball rolling my final volume Master Trainers vlogs. Some of those will be improvised. Others, as you noticed, will have scripts done for them. And I'm still holding on. Even though I still want to do Mission Impossible Marathon, for the time being at least, I'm going to hold off on giving recent events. I will still have plenty of movies I haven't talked about yet to address for the coming month. Some of them actually just came online finally. That have been some of them even up for awards. I just had to wait and see which one I go with first, though. Anyway, that'll be all for now. See you all again soon. Take care, everyone.